Clearly they can't both exist. I would say that like realistically why does it say best shoes? How can you say that to me? Okay. Yeah, it feels like it's just trying to kind of retell that story. Or, sorry, it came first. But, yeah. I don't know. Like, it is cooler, I think, with Age of Resistance that it has the, you know, the puppets, and it has all of that going for it, you know, the kind of artistic thing of it, where this is just text on a page. There's definitely something to be said for text on a page, but there's, you know, when you're actually doing the story in like the form of the movie and trying to like recreate the.
Everyone, here we go.
The aesthetic. There's something to be said about that. And Age of Resistance, I'm so sad about, because it got canceled after the first season, and it took me by surprise. I just heard about it like offhand. I don't know. I read about it on a website at some point. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why? Did nobody watch it? People really didn't watch this? Because this was one of the coolest things. I mean, this was one of the coolest things I felt like Netflix did. They did it, was it early 2020 or late 2019? It wasn't that long ago, but it was definitely too high production to do during, like, quarantine.
What a cinch.
I could understand that, you know, putting it off, but, like, canceling it altogether, I was like, oh my god. It was a good show, and I was really looking forward to watching the rest of it. I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it. It was a shock. All fruit. I've fallen down. Which means I can't get back up, I assume. So we're stuck over here for now. Okay. Is this gonna start to get complicated? Ah, I see. Oh, wait, no, I don't see. No, I do see. Wait. Oh god, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh god, okay. I don't know how I feel about this one. This could be incredibly complicated or very simple. Alright, so if we do this... Why does this confuse me so much? So we did go this way, right? This is the same red way? Okay. Why is there only the blue path now? Blue path leads back. Bruh? What? Oh my god, okay. Sorry, this is really confusing to me. So I didn't go down this green way, I don't think. Or did I? This is the same green path. Right? Green path leads to blue path leads back. So I gotta go red path and then blue path. Okay, I understand. We'll go red path. And there we go. Oh, we went green path last time, right? Green path led back to blue path, so we go blue path. Well, unless we were supposed to go green path and then blue path. Oh, we were supposed... Never mind, sorry. I understand now. Sorry. No, I thought... because we hadn't gone down the blue path, I thought to myself, oh, we're supposed to go down the blue path. But it is actually just supposed to be the correct order, which is red, green, blue for some reason. RGB, I guess. Lots of computer nerds in here. Is red path? I went red path last time, so if we go blue path, right? And that leads us here. Unlocks this whole section. Okay. I like this place. It's kind of sick nasty, you know? Kind of sick nasty. I feel like I've wanted to say sick nasty a lot recently to describe things I like. I don't know why. Like, whoa, dude, that's sick nasty. I don't know where it came from. But I've been thinking about it a lot. Was I talking about something? Did I get distracted from talking about something?
Feel the power of ice.
Oh, I was talking about Shadows of the Dark. Yeah, Dark Crystal. Yeah. Yeah, all I have to, I'm just gonna finish off that book series, and that's really the only like Dark Crystal thing that I haven't read. But I've been really fascinated with what they've done with all of the Dark Crystal stuff, which I've only really recently read. And I only watched the movie like a year or two ago for the first time. I think I watched it last year, actually.
Everyone, here we go.
Yeah, it's all very new to me, but I find it really imaginative and fun. Interesting stuff. Yeah. But, you know how it be sometimes. I watched some movies. I watched some movies recently. I saw there's like a Wes Anderson movie that's supposed to come out at some point, French Dispatch. So I was like, alright, in preparation for that, I'm gonna watch a bunch of Wes Anderson movies that I haven't seen. Because I've only seen, I've seen two. I've seen Grand Budapest Hotel, and I've seen Moonrise Kingdom. And I like both. They have this, like, artistic sort of merit to them, where, like, every shot is kind of like a picture frame. It takes place in, like, a picture frame, if that makes sense. He has a very interesting way of doing movies, and he does them very, like, they feel very, down to earth, self-contained. I don't know. It like the setting and the locations and the topic at hand is always very
100 million degrees. Take that.
I don't know, like Grand Budapest Hotel takes place pretty much entirely in this hotel.
Not bad, eh?
Moonrise Kingdom takes place entirely in this, well, it takes place in a couple of places, but, like, you really feel like you're just kind of following, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like, what is it about the way that they do this that's just, like, makes it feel like you're just kind of, like it's not, there's nothing. Like, you're not in a location where you're like, I don't know where the fuck I am. Like, you know where you are. Like, oh, we're in the woods now. And, you know, you're just there, and you're with these characters, and they're just doing something simple and something... And you're just kind of along for the ride, you know? And you, like, you just understand, and you just relate to it. I feel like that's what I get from, like, Moonrise Kingdom especially. Like, it's very simple. There's nothing there. There's no plot element that's, like... yeah, don't worry about this part of it, you know? It's just a character. It's just the characters, you know? Just is what it is. It stands on it by itself. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Man, I don't know. There's a vibe. There's a vibe, you know? I'm not good at movie reviews, criticism. I'm not good at it. I don't know what term. Like, there's a vibe that I feel from it, you know, and I don't know how to, like, explain what that vibe is from a Wes Anderson movie.
Feel the power of ice.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch all the Wes Anderson movies, I guess. Now some ideas I've totally written off and been like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. But this seemed kind of achievable, so I was like, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll go for it. So I watched his first movie. It's called Bottle Rocket, and it stars Owen Wilson and James Wilson. What's that guy's name? Are they brothers? Are they related? It stars all the Wilsons. I think it was actually Owen Wilson's like first movie. And he plays this kind of. So Owen Wilson plays this kind of neurotic, like, guy that's, like, obsessed with... I don't know if I'm using the term neurotic correctly. But he, like, really wants to be this thief. He's just, like, they're terrible at it. So there's this guy, he's coming out of the other guy, James Wilson, I think. Coming out of, like, an insane asylum, and there's, like, multiple stories that get told of why he was in there in the first place. So, it's hard to say for sure why he was there. But he gets out, and he joins Owen Wilson, and Owen Wilson's like, hey, alright, we're gonna finally do that. We're gonna finally become these, like, world-class criminals that we've always wanted to be. We're gonna have a crew, and we're gonna rob banks and shit, right? Basically the plan, but it's kind of played up a little bit humorously because they're really, really bad at it. So they go, like, the first scene you see them robbing just their own houses, just to, like, see how fast they can do it, and they're robbing themselves. And James Wilson, like, gets mad at Owen Wilson. He's like, dude, I told you not to steal my mom's earrings. Because he stole his mom's earrings. He's like, I told you you could take anything, but you can't take those. Because I guess they were actually just robbing their own parents.
They're there.
But then they kind of go to this place, and they have this terrible plan, and it works vaguely. It works, I guess.
100 million degrees.
And they rob this place. I don't know what it was, a bookstore. It's like, it was like not a good place, not a place that made sense to rob. And they managed to get in with like a gun and rob the place, and then they just drove away. Like spend a few days at like a motel to try to like get the heat off of them. And at no point is anyone after them. At no point does anyone give a shit to like try to. I don't know how much they stole, but they kind of spend it all in like a night. So what the fuck? Wait, really? Did he just die? I did not expect that to happen. Maybe I need to pay more attention.
100 million degrees. Take that.
But yeah, I don't know. The point is, like, the movie was very... That's not going to do any damage. Very straightforward and very simple. Oh, we're not doing any damage. I think that's why we're not winning this, because they're fired shit. I need to just not use Burn Strike. I don't know why I'm using it. I know why I'm using it. I need to stop using it. What do I have Justin using? Healer? Use Cold. I guess.
See my power.
I feel kind of dumb right now. Okay. I gotta have somebody do a fucking attack here, man. My system, though, you know? My fucking system, though. Alright, he didn't die from that. Alright, whatever. I don't know why I got so upset by somebody breaking my fucking system. Well, I know why I got upset by
Take that!
I know exactly what my issues are. I'm very like pattern oriented. I need to follow a pattern in a system or else it freaks me out. I hate this, but whatever.
Blow you away. Take that.
Blow you away. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely far from his best movie, but it was definitely an interesting... It was an interesting idea, and it felt very, like, contained. Like, there was nothing too big going on. Nothing too crazy. Like, you understand the premise, you understand the characters, you understand every second of every moment that's going on. And there's just nothing that flies over your head, you know? It's just impossible. Alright. I'm gonna use it, fuck it. That's the last time I can use it anyways. Yeah, I don't know. It was a cute movie. And, although you could kind of see where it was gonna head in the end. How it was all gonna end. It was still an enjoyable watch, I felt like. I don't feel like that takes anything away from what it was at all. I think it was just fun. Just a fun movie.
Is anyone hurt?
Definitely not his best work, though. So I got quite a few more things to watch after that one. I don't know how Justin died there. It's freaking me out, actually. Kind of freaks me out. So somehow we made it here. But I feel weird about it. I feel very weird about this, because I don't want to fight the boss, exactly. I'm going this way? Yeah, what did I write there? Oh, The Boys. Yeah, I finished season 2 of The Boys. Yeah, man. I mean... what do I say? I mean...
Blow you away. Take that.
Did I like it as much as the first season? I don't know. I feel like the first season, like, shocked and surprised me. Because I didn't know much about what this was. And the second season, you know, was just kind of like, alright, where do we go from here now that we've done the setup? And I feel like they did a good job of continuing the story, but at the same time, you kind of just like it's almost like with The Walking Dead, this is something I heard a lot. With The Walking Dead is like, people called it torture porn. It was something, well, I didn't hear it a lot, but one of my friends called it torture porn once. So I was like, oh, what a weird thing to say.
Hocus pocus.
That kind of stuck with me. I was like, yeah, I guess you could call it that. I see what he was saying, you know, it's just like, you watch it not because, like, everything just gets worse every season. Nothing ever gets better. So it's just like, at its heart, it is kind of torture porn, right? It does make sense to kind of call it that. You watch it for that visceral, like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next, and how are they gonna get out of that horrible situation? Who's gonna die? You know, you watch it for those harsh feelings. And The Boys is kind of like that as well. I'm not sure what my point was with saying that, but it feels a lot like that. It feels like, you know, on one hand, I want no, on like every hand, I kind of just want them to resolve. Like, there's obviously one character where it's like, God, I want this, just please get rid of this guy, God. Like, I feel like he's the crux of the issue. It's just once this guy is out of the picture, I mean, that's it. And they introduce a new character that kind of creates this makes the situation worse, you know, because it's like, oh, now there's two of them.
Focus.
But I don't know. I feel like they have the capability to do this, but yeah, I don't know. They're just working through it. It's kind of interesting how different because I've read some of the comic of The Boys.
Take that.
It's very interesting to like note how different they are, because The Boys is just so unapologetically like just makes the superheroes in it are absolute scum of the earth. They are just terrible people. Like, and with The Boys, like, some of them are good. But with this, it's just like, it's nasty. It's horrible. It's as bad as it, like, with the comic, like, it's as bad as you would anticipate, and it only gets worse and worse. The more you like, the more time you spend with it. It's just, that's Garth Ennis. That's what he does. Like, I'm also reading, I'm actually currently brought Preacher back into my lineup, and I've been reading that. It's much, much better to read without a lot of, like, reading a lot of things like that at the same time. Because I was reading, like, Swamp Thing and Hellblazer and The Boys and all of that at the same time, and I was like, well, shit. This is too much. You gotta only read one at a time, man, or else it's excessive.
That was rather simple.
But reading Preacher by itself, I'm really liking it. But it is very, like, you have to know what you're getting into with this, and you have to be expecting that, like, oh, this is gonna be painful. Like, shit's gonna happen, and it's gonna be rough, and you're just gonna have to be okay with that. And it's not gonna get better. And I've made my peace with that, and now I'm enjoying it. But that's the way that the dude writes. That's the stories he seems to like to tell, or at least his, like, most well-known stories are like that.
Hocus pocus.
So if you get into a Garth Ennis comic, you're just like, you're in for a very, very rough time. Not because it's bad, but because it's it can be it's overwhelming with its cynical nature. Is the best way I can kind of put that.
Take that.
Yeah, definitely with The Boys, it seems like with the TV show version of The Boys, they don't make every single superhero look like scum. Like, some of them are, like, they create characters out of them, and they're trying to redeem some of them in some way, which I find kind of interesting. Which, I don't know, maybe I haven't read enough of The Boys, and maybe it does get to that place at some point, but I probably haven't read enough of it. I definitely haven't. I've read only to, like, issue 9 or something. But, goddamn, dude.
Hocus pocus.
It's a whole thing.
Take that.
I don't know, but I did like the second season. I'm hoping that things do eventually kind of get better, but I feel like in in order to continue the show, it is kind of like The Walking Dead, in which things just can't get better. They have to get worse. Over and over and over and over again. They just have to continually get worse and outdo themselves on how bad it really can get, in order to keep people interested, you know? Because if things get better, the show just ends, you know? So they have to get worse. Does that make sense? Which is gonna kind of like, it's gonna get old eventually. I felt like that kind of way with The Walking Dead, where it's just like, you know, you hope things get better and they never do, and people die, and the show just keeps going, and you're like, well, what do I have to look forward to with this? So I feel like, you know, that's kind of what my friend said, I guess, with the torture porn angle. It's like, yeah, it kind of is that. It kind of is that if you like, if you really want to keep watching it, you know, every single season you come back and you're like, oh man, what hell is gonna be set upon my characters this season? Because you just know that's what it's gonna be. So he's definitely not wrong. This is definitely one of those moments where I feel like, you know, kind of a wise. He's got some wisdom. Got some wisdom. That definitely stuck with me when he said that. Maybe wonder why I do keep watching. I do still like The Walking Dead, but I haven't watched it in a little while. I don't want to say I didn't like it, or I stopped liking it. I just kind of stopped watching it. I think it was partly because, I mean, I'm gonna return to it and like finish it up. Like, there's no reason for me not to at this point, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think
Hocus pocus.
For me, I think the reason was like it kind of felt like they were redoing the same thing with like the so they had the governor, right? He was like the first kind of big villain of the show, I guess, other than the zombies themselves.
Hocus pocus.
And so they took on the governor, and you know, he was kind of the big villain. And then it seemed like when they did Negan, slight spoilers for a show that's been out. Yeah, it's been out for years. I don't really care that much about spoiling it. I was just kind of like, okay, well, this is like the governor again, but like worse.
That was rather simple.
I'm like, are they just gonna keep doing this? Where there's a new guy and he's even worse than the last guy. I don't know. It just felt like I was kind of like they were just like repeating the same thing again. But obviously Negan was much worse. Obviously things got much worse, and then it did kind of like feel like it was kind of just torture. You're just torturing yourself by watching this, watching all your characters get brutalized. But I don't know. I just didn't end up watching it. I watched the Negan season, and I haven't watched anything after that point, which I'm only a couple seasons behind, I think, technically. But I did want to watch like Fear the Walking Dead and finish that up as well. Fear the Walking Dead was weird because it started out as something different, where it was The Walking Dead, but with entirely different cast and in an entirely different part of the country. And it was kind of the setting of it that they wanted to use to like distinguish it, because it took place in. Was it in California? It was on the West Coast, I think. Or maybe, wait. Am I remembering that right? I think it was on the West Coast, yeah. And then they moved The weird thing was they brought a character over from the last season I watched of Fear the Walking Dead. It felt like they were killing off a major part of the original cast. And they're just like changing it into an entirely different show. And they brought a character over from the original Walking Dead. And so he just like made a trip over there, met up with the Fear the Walking Dead guys, and just kind of took over the show. And I was like, well, this is weird. Like, it's just like, oh, it's become this guy's show now, I guess. And they're like, okay. What was the point of any of the shit that came before then? When you could have just started the spin-off series starring this guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I liked the characters that they were doing, but maybe those characters, the actors just got sick of being in the show. It was just like The Walking Dead, except nobody cares about it. That Walking Dead show, but nobody watches it. I don't know. Does anybody even know? How many people even know about that show? I always wondered. It was a spin-off show from The Walking Dead. It was just called Fear the Walking Dead. It wasn't a good title for it. But, yeah, I was watching that as well. And, I liked it. I did like it a lot, actually, because it was entirely original. Like, it wasn't based on the comic book. Which I have actually gotten decently far in the comic book at this point. Because, I've been reading it. I'm still in the prison, but the prison part has seemed to drag out quite a lot more than the rest of the sections, where it seemed like we were moving between like the first and second to the third season, because the prison is the third season. And I was like, oh, we're already in the prison at this issue number, and then it's like, oh, we've been in the prison for a while. Now it seems to be like kind of slowing down to like take its time to tell the stories that it's telling. And I have just gotten to the governor. I keep checking her things every single time. I don't need to. It's hard to tell what character I am. That's why I do it. I mean, other than that it says at the top, right? It says in the middle who I am right now. I still check every single time anyways. I don't know. It's just reflex at this point. Yeah, I just got to the governor. So it's going to be a while before I think I'm, like, anywhere close to where I am in the show. But I've been making really strong progress. I'm in the 20s in terms of the issue numbers. But it is quite different. There's a lot of, like, distinct differences that have been made. I now have the left gauntlet. Can you believe it? Oh, that's okay. Okay. Whatever. We have the left gauntlet, boys. What about the right gauntlet? Okay, I guess there was a point to that or something. Yeah. I don't know. I need to watch the rest of The Walking Dead. It's really interesting to see what things they changed and what things they didn't change. I would like to, now that I'm here, kind of just go all the way back and save. I think I'm just gonna do that real quick, recover and then save and then come all the way back. Never mind. It seems like we're just not able to do that, which is gonna make this battle actually kind of hard, huh? Do I have anything that restores magic? I have that. Alright, we've used it. Now I want to use... Let's just use that. Fuck it. What do I need that for? Let's use another one. Fuck it. Yeah, let's go. Boss battle. Am I opening this? Oh, and a move fruit. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Quiet. Max SP. Fuck! Who did I use it on? Oh, I used it on... Okay, I used it on Liette, so that's fine. Hello. Fight me. Fight me. Fight. Alright. I think we got this in the bag. I'm not worried. Oh, we don't even have enough to use that. Okay. I can use Protect. Sure. Do I really have to... I wonder how hard I have to try here. I do want to win. So we gotta make sure we win here. But maybe I can still, you know, use this time to level up some shit for no reason.
Giant blast!
Oh, cold that freezes
Felt
all,
good.
come here.
Volts, take that!
I don't know how long protection lasts. I don't know how often I've used it. Well, probably not very much, but we'll see. Maybe it's Pokemon rules. Just like lasts until you get hit. Eat shit! Oh my god, that's so good! Holy fuck, dude, that's so good. And this is really good. Symphony's really good. So let's just keep blasting stuff out. This will be a one-time thing. I'm gonna use it. And let's burn flare.
Ha! Take that, I'll kill ya!
Everyone, here we go!
I mean, tell me how we lose this. I feel like I'm almost just auto-playing at this point. I kind of have just been auto-playing this like whole game,
Feel
huh?
the power of ice!
Just trying to level shit up. But like, it does help that using like the best spells that I have just kind of helps anyways. So that leveled up my water, which feels good. See, what's Rap's best thing that we could use right now? It's still Burn Strike, attack one enemy for red hot flames. There's nothing bad about that.
100 million degrees, take that!
We can continue to use Symphony, and Symphony is one of our best abilities, so holy shit, yeah, I'm gonna use it. Now what do we have? All Heal. All Heal feels kind of unnecessary at this point. Maybe we can just do this instead. It's the first time I've thought instead of just doing. I don't think we've taken any damage, so it seems unnecessary to use All Heal, but
Here we go!
at the same time, like normally, I would just use it anyways just to level it up, but since we're on a boss, I guess I'll reconsider it. Symphony is just a good all-around attack, or not an attack, but, you know, spell. Atomic Shot, this might hurt this time though. Let's see how much it does. Nothing, because he missed us or something. Vanish. Oh, that reduces everything. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. I have seen that in use before. It's not that big a deal. Is this guy called the Mage
100
King?
million degrees, take that!
Sorry. sorry. We can use Craze. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we can use it.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God. God.
Feel the power of ice.
I don't think this actually does anything. What else can I talk about? Oh, I watched, I talked about Dream... Was it last video? Probably would have been last video at this point. But,
100 million
I recently
degrees,
watched
take
the Anthony
that.
Padilla video. About Dream, and I was just like kind of annoyed. I just kind of fucking annoyed. Because I feel like he needs to own up to this shit, that he lied, very clearly lied, and is just kind of avoiding responsibility at this point. Avoiding, like he confessed that he did it, and then he's like out here trying to play the victim on Anthony Padilla's channel. And Anthony Padilla's like playing up to it, and I assume that they recorded this well before he made that announcement. I assume they must have. But then Anthony Padilla looks bad now because he chose to upload this, knowing full well how it was gonna come off. Just like, man, I can't believe this shit anymore. You know what I mean? Just so...
Take that.
Like, my dude, I felt like what he was trying to do was, like, own up to it, right? And then like, I see this video and it just seems like he's playing up the victim. It's like, oh, I can't believe people attack me all the time. Like, what? And they asked him about the, like, Anthony Padilla, like, talks to him about the cheating thing. And he's like, hey, I can't believe it. People are cheating. He's like, yeah, man, it's too much all the time. People always make a big deal about it. It's hard, always. Like, fuck you, dude. You did cheat. You admitted to it. Nope, I have no sympathy for you poor man that people
Here we go.
keep saying that. I can't believe this guy. Like, I wasn't even that, like, mad about it when I saw the video. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, you cheated and now you're lying about it. I was a little bit miffed that he would lie about it, you know, very obviously,
Focus.
and that I'd be miffed if people believe that shit. But like, watching the Anthony Padilla video, I was like, I can't. I feel like I really just don't like this guy. I feel like he's manipulative. I feel like there's something wrong with him, and I'm upset with Anthony Padilla for giving him the platform to be this kind of person. And like, really? Really? You're just gonna make Dream look like like some kind of victim in this circle? He's not a victim. He cheated. He did it. If people accuse him of doing it and say that he did it and keep saying that he did it, well, he did. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're not the victim here. I'm at my wit's end with this shit, man. I can't believe what's happening.
How about this?
Can't believe it. You own up to it. You say, oh shit. He didn't even say in the video, he didn't even make any mention of the fact that, oh, well, they are technically right, you know, I did cheat, so I kind of deserve it, but...
By the blessing of God.
At no point does he say that, and it's just like, dude, own up to your shit. Say that you did it. That's what would make me think you're a better person. That's what would make me, like, forgive you for it, because I don't really care that much that you cheated. It's just all the lengths you're going to hide it makes you look like a complete piece of shit. I don't know, man. Normally, I hope I don't die. Normally I don't.
remember this.
Okay, well this might be rough. 'Cause I did not save any. Oh boy. Okay, now I'm regretting not. Oh, now I'm regretting a lot of things actually here right now.
By the blessing of God.
I don't know. Normally I don't care. Normally it's just like whatever, but the way he's handling this is just atrocious.
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
The way he thinks he can just like write it off. Well, there we go. We win. And act like and play up a victim. You're not a victim.
All right.
Dude. I don't
Big
feel
win for
sorry
us.
for you. I don't, and I'm not going to. Not if people accuse you of doing some shit that you literally did. I'm not gonna feel sorry for you, okay? You did it. You admitted to doing it. Oh man. Anyways, let's move on. I don't know. That video really rubbed me the wrong way. I couldn't believe it. I genuinely couldn't believe it. Well, I got a knife and I forgot to see if anybody could fucking use it. Oh, there you go. I should have had that equipped probably. Can anybody use a fucking... Alright, let's get out of here. I need a save point very desperately. The path from here on is for the chosen one alone. That is you, Justin. Tell the spirits what you hope for. Once your wishes reach them, the world, humanity will change once again. Okay, here I go. I wish for a hot fudge sundae. It's been a long way, but here I am, about to learn the answer. I've come to find what you spirits and we humans have lost, what we need to protect. I've come to find what we will need to build. That's what I've come for. We humans have been repeating the same tragic mistakes over and over again. Just like the mythical Icarians. We've allowed Lean to die. And now Fina. All we are doing is repeating the tragedy again. Are we humans so weak? Can't we change things? I know we can. We can change our destiny. Enough of all this. No more sacrifices. Can't stand the thought of seeing more sad faces. I want to break the chain of sadness and build a world of harmony together with all you spirits. So please, help me do it. Can't go on like this. Give me the power to fight, the power to build a new future. Way to go, Just. I knew you had it in you. The method of yours has come to pass, Justin. You've finally obtained it. Power given to the Icarians to bring humanity together with the world. Now I finally understand. Spirits have always extended their hands to us in order to build a new future. Wishes of the spirits are sure to reach them both, Fina and Mullen. Yo, what's up? But how? It seems that Gaia has begun the final stage of its metamorphosis. That's sick nasty. Uh-oh, it's a giant moth. missing a wing. There is no time left. The spores of Gaia have been flung to all corners of the world. If nothing is done to stop it, it will be a matter of time before Gaia rules the world. We can't let that happen. Come on, Rap. Liete, the underground passages of J-Base should lead us to Gaia. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, sorry if I'm ruining the, kind of end portions of the game. Justin, Rap, do you feel it? There's a crack in the building. Gaia is growing. There must be a place deep inside that leads to the heart of Gaia. Yeah, I don't know. I'm talking about the fucking dream controversy in like the middle of the most maybe interesting parts of the game. I don't know. The most decisive parts of the game, and the end portion of the game. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that big a deal, you know? It's not a big deal. It just, like, irks me a little bit when, you know, there's somebody out there, they did something wrong, and they just don't own the fuck up to it, and they try to pretend like they're the victim. Like, you're not. I'm sorry, but you're not. I don't know, man. Anyways, let's move on from this. Oh shit. Well, in further YouTube news. Oh shit. Okay, never mind. I guess we're just going right in, huh? What's the name of this save that we just saved? J-Base Hangar. Makes sense. Let me see what happens when I walk right in here. Could it be here? There's no doubt it leads to Gaia. Hey, Jess, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Carian City 1. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just be quiet and try to let the atmosphere of what we're going through. A block charm? What? Bruh? It's interesting. I already have, I feel like, several of those, but why are they giving me money? You know how weird it is to give me money at this stage in the game? Do you understand how it almost feels pointless to give me money unless it's not pointless to give me money? Do you know what I mean? Like, why give me money if the game's over? If I'm not going to be able to access a shop at any point? I don't know, whatever, man. Let me recover and pointlessly and save again, I guess. We're in the Icarian City. This is probably where Fina is. Okay, another dungeon. Dungeon music makes me think that this is another dungeon. Yes. I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Okay, yeah, we're doing another dungeon. I'm happy. I'm okay with it. I'm accepting of it. Oh, skeleton. Alright. This is where boys become men, you know? This is where we go. Alright, well, now that we're doing another dungeon, I think it's okay to continue talking about pointless shit.
Kill you with one blow.
I noticed that, like, the news was broken to me actually through Philip DeFranco. Which normally, I guess if I was a...
Holy light.
Not normally, because I don't spend any amount of time on Twitter, but if I did spend time on Twitter, it probably would have been told to me through Twitter. Philip DePranco uploaded a video about how Frenemies was over, and I was shocked. I was surprised. I was like, okay. And I listened to all of that. I watched Ethan's, like,
What a cinch.
podcast that he did about the whole situation. It turns out, you know, okay, well, fuck you, but okay. Oh, Lilith. Lilith's the wife of Satan or something. I know I feel like I've talked a lot of shit about Ethan. Because he's I feel like I expect more from him, you know, I always expect him to be kind of the voice of reason, kind of
Here goes! Ha!
like, he's kind of hypocritical, he's a bit of a, like, he just annoys me with some of the shit he says a lot of the time, and the way he goes about things, but,
All right, we won!
you know, in that video, I was kind of like, you know, I'm on his side kind of about this. I don't think he even really needed to necessarily make a video about it. Because I think, well, no, he did. He probably did, because Trisha's fans are kind of, I assume insane. I don't really know. I mean, like, because I spend, like, zero amount of time on Twitter, and I probably never will spend any amount of time on Twitter, so it's just the way that it is. And yeah, man, I don't know. I'm on his side. I think he's right that he did everything he possibly could to try to make this work, and it seemed like it was going well for a while. Like, it seemed like it was
Kill you with one blow.
it seemed like things were getting better between them. Like, they used to be kind of at each other's throats a lot of the time, and then, like, it just got, they kind of figured each other out, and they were having fun, and you know, Trisha was in a better place than normal, and, you know, they were becoming really good friends, actually.
Darkness, come here.
But then, you know, something happened, and they just kind of just kind of snapped. I didn't really think, I don't know. I was kind of thinking, you know, they'd work things out, that they'd figured things out, that
Kill you with one
they were,
blow.
the podcast was probably going to continue for a long while. But yeah, I don't know. I was surprised. I was absolutely surprised, but I don't think Ethan did anything wrong. I think he was completely right the whole time in what he was saying. Like, there's only so much he could do, you know. He was being completely reasonable and accommodating. I mean, Trisha was always the one that kind of came off. I feel like she kind of owned it, which is why I didn't really fault her for it ever. Is that, you know, she's a bit off the rails. But when you, like,
All right, we won!
when you, like, own that, it's like, okay, so she knows what her shortcomings are. Like, she knows that she can be a bit too much at times. I feel like, you know, when she's apologetic for acting out and you know, having these, like, moments where she just goes to a place where she doesn't want to go, and then she, like, comes back, she's like, I'm sorry, you know, this happens to me sometimes. I go to this place and I don't mean what I'm saying, but I just, like, I feel this, like, I feel attacked, and I just have to defend myself. Like, Trisha was a really... She's a really interesting person, you know? And I do feel sympathetic for her.
What a cinch.
But I don't know. I don't know what else. Yeah, I mean, I hope they can work it out. I hope this isn't the bridge being burned for good, because, like, it's happened before, you know, but maybe this was just the point of no return for him, you know? I don't know if I want to say it was bound to happen, because she almost seemed like she was becoming more... I don't want to fault her. I don't want to say, like, there's anything wrong with her. But I do feel like it's fair to say, you know, she's dealing with mental health problems, and I think it is just the way that it is, that you know. I don't know. What am I saying? Sorry, I'm distracted by the weirdness of this fucking puzzle. SP shield. Oh boy, we are gonna be doing this dungeon for a long while still, aren't we? Well, I almost want to give it to her, because she can use that. I don't know. I really didn't think, like, it was... Are these guys just not going to attack me whatsoever? Kind of interesting. Hello. I don't really know what else to say. I guess I hope they can work it out, but at this point it seemed like this was as bad as it's reasonably got ever before. Like this, it's never been this bad. And this is kind of feels like that's it for them. Especially the way Ethan was talking about it.
Take that.
But I don't know. Like, on one hand, I feel like
Everyone, here we go!
Like, I'm on his side with this. I think Trisha is at times, like, overwhelming. On the other hand, I'm like, you must expect this from her at this point, right? Not that I'm blaming him for anything, but, like, could he have, like, just...
Come back with reinforcements.
I don't know, tried to work this out? I'm sorry, like, could he not have just assumed, like, it seemed like he wanted to, with his video, he kind of burned that bridge for good. It's like, okay, this is it. When it's like, he could have, you know, she's done this before. It's not the first time. But I don't know, I did see his point where she was, like, upset with somebody who was hiring for his company. I'm on his side about it. I don't know what else to say, but I guess
100 million degrees. Take that.
I just really liked Frenemies. I thought it was one of the best I think it was the best podcast idea he'd ever come up with. And I enjoyed watching it more than any other podcast that he had done, so I don't know. I feel bad to see it go, because I want it. I'm like, is there some way you guys can work this out? Is there some way we can come back from this? I would like that. But probably not. I don't know, man.
Power of ice.
It's what it is. We'll see. I mean, it did seem like she attacked the crew on a regular basis, which she seemed to have an issue with. Well, of course he had an issue with it. And she kind of felt like she should have a bigger chunk of the company, which is like a weird...
Hocus pocus.
I don't know. Partially, I'm like, okay, if Frenemies is the biggest thing that they're doing, then maybe she should have more of a say. He's saying, well, no, it's my company, you know, I'm doing all of the expenses and everything for that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see your point there. Is that she really doesn't do much. I don't know, I was listening to her and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of on her side with this. She's being pretty unreasonable here. Man, I don't know, man. Ethan's not a bad guy. Some of his takes I'm not too keen on, but he's not a bad guy, and I think he handled this situation the best way he could. Yeah, I think he was in the right. Although, I don't know, maybe I haven't seen Trish's side of it, but at the same time, like...
All right, we won!
I have watched some of Trish's videos before, and I've just... She's like, man... Like, she's one way one day and then another way the other day. You know what I mean? She's like, depending on the day, she's a different person. And so it's like hard to take what she says with like any sort of weight. Because it's like, okay, well, in the moment she's mad about this, but she could change her mind tomorrow. But I actually kind of respect that about her, you know, is that she's willing, like, she kind of accepts that in the moment, like, you know, she can feel one way about something, and then the next moment, like, she's like, oh shit, I was completely wrong about this. Like, I love that. I wish there were more people like that. I think that's fantastic. You don't have to be right all of the time, you know? It's like you feel some way at one point, and then the next day you're like, well, actually, I feel like my take on that was kind of not great. And then you change your mind. I feel like that way all the time. It's like I say something, and then like, well, actually, no. Now that I've thought about it, now that it's a new day, and I've thought about it again, I'm like, oh, I don't really feel that way. It's like, that's so normal and natural, and I feel like a lot of what I see from YouTube and like Twitter and shit is just like people don't let you do that. Like, you just are not allowed to do that. And I think that's messed up. I think that's wrong. I think if somebody's like the next day they're like, hey, you know, I changed my mind, I was wrong. At the same time, I do get like when people are like, well, you're only saying this because you got backlash for it. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. It's disingenuous. You know, people are just like, I changed my mind because everybody was like, oh, I hate you now. Because, like, yeah, okay, these fucking liars. But I feel like you can tell. You can tell when somebody's like just a fucking snake, an absolute snake, you know? And you can feel when people are being genuine.
Everyone, here we go.
With YouTubers in general, it's... I don't know, it's often about this like PR standpoint. It's often about this like appearance thing. It's like, I have to look good. And it's not about what you actually think at any given time. It's about what people, it's about what you're allowed to think. It's about tailoring your own like personality to what people want you to say. And Trisha never did any of that, and I respected her for that. I respected her for not giving a shit what the fucking people, the fucking asshole bullies on Twitter say. Like, however you feel that way. There's nothing wrong with that. But then, if upon further discussion with other people you change your mind, that's great. We should all be okay with that shit. We should all be having these discussions. That's what we should be doing. constantly, all of the time. We should talk with the people we disagree with and figure things out and change our minds, and that's okay. And we should be accepting of that. And I feel like she was like
Come on, back for more.
people allowed her to be that, which made her kind of the like poster child for being that. And I was like, okay, well, this is making a difference that we're allowing somebody to be this person. You know what I mean? Because most of the time we don't. Most of the time we don't allow people to be that person.
Take that!
It's I mean, that's why I liked Frenemies, you know? That's why I liked it. Anyways, I don't know, maybe I've talked enough about that. But I really did like it, and I really would like to see more of it. And I don't hate Ethan on any level. I think sometimes he's that person though. Sometimes he's that person that's just unwilling to let people change their minds, unwilling to let people be different, you know, really like holding a grudge against somebody for something that they said at some point, and like, oh, you can't just be a different person. Like, I feel like in some ways he is one of those people that has become like a kind of a, I don't know. This is why I hate Twitter. I feel like that's the Twitter mindset. That's what Twitter's done to everybody else. More so than any other website, I feel like Twitter has done that to people. And I think it's especially because it's mainstream. Like, I feel like you have the same problems with like 4chan and Reddit. Do the same thing to people where they just get caught in this like hive mind of like, I have to be a part of this community, and I want people to like me. So you just tailor your thoughts to what everybody else is saying, and you're like, okay, this is what's acceptable to think. And you don't just think for your fucking self and allow yourself to change your mind, you know? I think that's important, to allow that to happen.
Hocus pocus.
And we're just losing that. Frenemies was that little, like, bit of hope I think I had for that changing.
Take that!
I feel like people in general are kind of losing their losing their like love for what Twitter is. They're starting to realize how toxic and horrible Twitter can be at times. I think they're starting to realize that. I'm scared for this battle, actually. Okay, no, never mind. I'm not scared anymore. We're okay. I'm still charging magic. I don't know, man. I've talked about this a million times, but my relationship with the internet has just changed. It's changed a lot, and I don't know how much of the internet I can really bear at this point. It's just like there's so much I see, and I'm like, I hate this so much. I hate the way people are becoming. I hate the way the internet's changing. Because it used to be a place where, you know, you could... Justin would resurrect. Holy fuck. That's incredible. That's big. That's huge. I don't know. It's no longer a place where you can kind of... Like, some people would say it's better for it that you can't really be, like, an edgy person on it anymore. Like, you can't just be edgy. You can't just say whatever the fuck you want. And in some ways, I agree with that. But at the same time, it's like... I always kind of agreed with the people that said, hey, just ignore the fucking people that are the fucking shitty, edgy teenagers. Like, that's what we did, you know, especially on, like, anybody who's had any experience with, you know, playing, like, Xbox Live, you just ignore them. They're all kids, they're all teenagers. Anybody who's got that, like, that edgy personality to them, it's just like, okay. You just ignore it and you move on with your day, because people are always going to be like that. There's always going to be people like that, and most of them are teenagers. Just don't care. You know, just don't give a shit. Just like that are in that rebellious stage of their lives. where they like the freedom of being able to say whatever the fuck they want, and you just let them be that person, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but it's just that there always used to be like a virtue to just ignoring that and just realizing it is just going to be the way that it is, and you're not going to be able to stop people from being that way at some point in their lives. And you just got to ignore them because that's the only thing that keeps them from enjoying it. Like, the only reason they enjoy it is because people react. You know what I mean? I don't know. And now it's gotten to the point where, like, everybody's just attacking everybody for anything even remotely, like, controversial of a statement. It's just like they attack each other. They're like, hey, you can't say anything now. It just gets like the goalposts kind of get moved. And then the people who are just like, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck they want, they get a free pass because everybody's just like, well, okay, yeah, that guy says whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, like, you know, like iDubbbz. This has always been the thing I've said about iDubbbz is like, he's that kind of personality. Like iDubbbz, J-Schlatt, they're that kind of personality who just don't give a fuck and say whatever the fuck they want. And they say controversial things just to get that, just to say, hey, you can't control me, I can say whatever the fuck I want. And they're not bad people. They're just like okay with kind of being themselves and kind of being edgy some of the time, you know?
Take that!
But the ones they hold accountable usually are just the one, not them, but like Twitter in general holds accountable are the people that are like, no, you know what? I'm gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be the advocate for doing everything perfectly right. And those are the people who get attacked, because if they do anything even remotely wrong, well, I can't believe this person. Whoa, canceled. You know what I mean? I don't know, that's just what I'm seeing. I don't like Twitter. Maybe I shouldn't say so much about it, but I don't know, man. That's what it is. Now I'm starting to wonder if I'm gonna regret this video. Regret saying things in the future when I go to edit this. Like, oh man, I went way too hard on that one.
That was rather simple.
I don't know. I feel like I go to this place a lot when I'm playing Grandia. It's just that game that, like, I can kind of just, like, vent about shit. And so I just go ahead and do that. Just talk about whatever the fuck that is, like, on my mind at any given time, and I go all out on it. And I'm like, and then I watch it back, and I'm like, well, shit. If anybody comes here for, like, just the Grandia experience, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Why is this guy so toxic? That's what I think every single time. Am I toxic? I don't know. I don't think that I am, but sometimes I wonder if I am just, like, a toxic personality. Wow, that affected absolutely none of them. I don't know, I feel like I'm just the kind of person that I like to be able to speak my mind on certain things, and then I kind of resent the fact that it's like
Hocus pocus.
that I Okay. Well, I feel kind of worried about this because I feel like there's a good chance we're gonna die here. Can we just fucking max out snooze, dude?
Take that!
Please. Can I get points in it, even if it's...
Hocus pocus.
If it doesn't hit? Actually, no. Starting to feel like no. Alright, I'm just gonna have to... Fuck it. It doesn't work, so I may as well.
Secret move. Dragon King Slice.
May as well just win.
All right, we won.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should move on to another topic. Really? Fuck you. Shouldn't be an ambush. I mean, it'll work on some of them.
Hocus pocus.
I finished Attack on Titan. If that means anything to anyone.
You're mine. Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
Took me quite a while, but I did end up finishing it. Or not really finishing the show, but I guess that like I thought with the final season. Like I talked to my friend about this, and he's like, "You guys finished this? Like, are you excited for the next part of it?" And I'm like, "Oh, I thought that was the last season." You didn't say the final season. It wasn't. It was just the first half of the final season, which was interesting to me because I was like, "Well,
Hocus pocus.
okay, there's gonna be more."
You're mine.
But yeah, it was like 15 episodes or so. And then it kind of ends in a little bit of an awkward place, but I'm starting to see like where
Gadwin's secret move. Dragon King Slice.
like everything kind of came together and all the mysteries are solved at this point. It's just like, how do we resolve
All
this?
right, we won.
And that's where we're going now. Second half of the season is just like, let's hopefully try to figure things out, work things out. It's gonna be the end. I am excited for it.